Hi, I'm Claire Tompkins, the Clutter Coach, and this is the Organize Your Life podcast. I am passionate about organizing because it makes my clients' lives so much easier, more relaxed, and with more time to spend the way that they want to. In every podcast, I will talk about an organizing, decluttering, or time management concept. I'll tell you why it's important. I'll also include an action step at the end so you can start practicing right away. My specialty is chunking down these big topics so they aren't overwhelming. That's the concept for the podcast, too. I'm now done with the material from my first book, 52 Simple Ways to Get Organized. You can buy my books on my website or on Amazon. You can also view the podcast show notes on my blog. I do this podcast to connect with people, and that means you. Let me know that you're listening. Shoot me an email at claire@cluttercoach.net. I would really love to hear from you. Okay, here we go. This is podcast 89, and it's about finding the real truth. I had a breakthrough with a client yesterday. We've been talking for months about different storage options. She has a very specific preference, even though it has significant problems. Basically, she wants open shelving instead of cabinets or bins. But yesterday, she suddenly agreed to closed storage. What happened? I asked her some questions, and I figured out the answer. Her preference was based solely on reacting to a problem with the current storage, not on what would actually be best. She was still consumed with how ineffective the current system was for her, and that made her gravitate toward a system that was the complete opposite in order never to have those problems again. As I've mentioned before, being reactive is not a powerful place to be. When you're reactive, it means you're stuck in the past, or you're making decisions based on a set of conditions that are handed to you, rather than envisioning and creating something better. When you're reactive, you respond only to what is currently provoking you, instead of the situation as a whole. I'm not saying it's not difficult to get stuck in this place. We react emotionally to things, and those reactions can guide our actions without our totally being aware of it. Hence the reason I keep mentioning how important it is to develop your objectivity and your ability to notice what's really happening. The questions I asked my client were designed to tease out that thought process so we could be clear about what she really wanted. Turns out she just wants to find things easily. Why is this important? Well, my e-course, which you can find on my website for free, is based on developing a vision for what you want. That is how it starts. It's important because if you don't know what you want, you'll have a harder time getting it. You may never get it. You may get something and settle for it and think that's the best there is. Or, more commonly, you accept the popular or clever or cute solution, or the one that's on sale. Or, also common, you'll give up on trying to fix the problem entirely because none of the options you can see seem like they're going to work. One way to think about this is to focus on the what and the why, not the how. Stick with what's happening and why you want something different. Don't race to the how, which is the solution, because you're not ready yet. What my client was doing has a name, I discovered. It's called problem-based thinking, and it's generally thought of as being pretty ineffective. Problem-based thinking keeps you mired in the unpleasant situation. Solution-based thinking, on the other hand, frees you to get more positive. First of all, just calling it solution-based thinking lets your mind know that a solution is possible, right? So you're on the right track already. Now, often you have to plow through the muck of the current situation and connect with what you don't like about it before you can get to thinking about solutions or accurately present the issue to another person. That's me in this case. Once I understood what was going on with my client, I was able to specifically explain how the alternate system we were talking about would work and give her what she needed and wanted, and also avoid some problems with her initial solution. It was remarkable how easy the conversation became after that. It was as if she had been battling this problem with all her energy, and when she stopped, the tension was just gone. And now she's researching potential closed storage candidates. Here's what you can do now. Think of an issue that's bothering you a lot, one that you have an emotional reaction to. See if you can step back from it. Put the problem down for a bit, and explore whether the problem is really what you think it is, or if something more basic is at the heart of it. Hey, thanks for listening. I'm Claire Tompkins, the Clutter Coach. If you like the show, I'd love it if you leave a rating and review in iTunes. You can subscribe, too, so the podcast will be ready and waiting for you to listen to. You'll find the show notes on my blog at www.cluttercoach.net, and you can check out my store to find books I've written and a whole bunch of other stuff. If you're a fan of the show, you can become a patron on patreon.com for as little as $1 a month. You can find my page by going to the Patreon website, that's Patreon, and searching on Clutter Coach. I'll still post the podcast free of charge, but I've got some cool rewards for folks who want to help me make the show even better. Come back next week for a new podcast.